Hey there, real gamers and all you gatekeepers out there. Retro Rob here. Welcome to Retro Rob Plays Everything, where I play unusual games that I like, and I hope you like them too. So if you're looking for something off the beaten path, this is the place to come. And today, we're going to play Rogue Tower by Die of Death Games. Great name, by the way. Rogue Tower is a tower defense game with roguelike elements and a continuously expanding path which you can influence, unlock, build, upgrade, expand, and defend. Well, that sounds great, so let's try it out.
Thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, or I will go Skynet on your butt.
Alright, we've got play, upgrades, the monster manual. Yep, look at that. It's got a manual for what monsters are available. By the way, I absolutely should have read this at the beginning, so please do. Really, I'm not kidding. It lets you know a little bit about the monsters and their specs. Anyway, go back to it. Got the Tower Master's Guide about how to build towers. Again, useful. You're gonna want to actually read some of this stuff. Just saying. It's not a terribly hard game to get the hang of, but to beat it, you might want to do a bit of research. Just saying. Got the music volume all the way down, as I always do. The music's not too bad or intrusive, just so you know. And here's the upgrades board, where I can do upgrades. I do have some experience I can spend. Thought I'd show you that part. Some notes. See right here at the top, permanent upgrades. I tend to like permanent upgrades because they make the game easier from round to round. These make it sometimes easier within the round, so you get the you get improvements. There we go. I just did a bunch of them. I just got off of a bunch of experience, but anyway, you get these during the game randomly, so you won't always get these. But the blue ones you will always get if you've got them, if you have unlocked them. So that's good. I hope that made sense. I really do. I'm in a mood today. I'm recording 3 videos today, and totally they're all about the same. Alright, there we go. I've unlocked some stuff. If you got a favorite, let me know about it, because I'm always looking for improvements. Alright, let's return to the main menu. And here we go. Let's do a run. It's gonna be fun. Watching tower defense. That's an interesting thing. I wonder how many times I've watched somebody play a tower defense game. There's been a few, I think. Yeah, there's probably been a couple times where I did to learn how to get past a level. But in this case, because it is technically a roguelike, they're really stretching on this one, by the way. It's different every time. And sometimes you get a lucky layout and sometimes you don't. And what I'm doing is I'm putting down my first layer of defense. But another thing to note is that by placing these near these buildings, that means I get more gold between rounds. And that's super important. And by the way, you can just hover over these and find that out. So it's going to give me 2 gold each time. These will give me 1 gold. So I'm getting 2, 4, 5, 6. I had to count that out. I think that's hilarious. All right, let's get going. Yeah, first round's really short, but I unlocked my first secondary tower. What should I unlock? I like the mortars early on. It's one of the first ones you unlock, but I'm going to go with the flame tower in this case. This uses mana, and this is a good time to talk about that. Hold on a second. Let's make the flame tower here. All right. The Flame Tower uses mana, which is up here. I get +3 a second. You start out getting only +1. It doesn't use a lot. Some things that use a lot are the obelisk and the freeze. The freezer, the I don't know what it's called, but anyway, it's a tower that freezes. That one also uses a lot of mana, so they're ones you don't want to start with. But the flamethrower is actually pretty economical. Later on, you're going to get the option, and I mean later on during your round, you'll probably get the option to increase how much mana you're making. You can also unlock a building that will mine these cubes for more mana, so pretty useful. Here's another useful thing. Your tower on the left here, look at that. It's got 14 of 14 hit points. You can add hit points by making a mine. That isn't there yet, but you're going to get it eventually, hopefully, unless you get really unlucky. And for each mine you build, you'll be able to add another hit point. What do we got? We can add some damage to the flamethrowers. Increase bleed across the board, but I don't have any bleed going on right now. I could get a particle cannon. I don't find this one to be super useful. So, what do we got? I never do banditry. I don't like them dealing +1 damage to the tower because I've had a couple of rounds where I just eke by. Alright, so we're going to go with +1 damage to armor, and that's not a bad thing to have either. By the way, I can zoom in using my little wheel. You can zoom in pretty close, see? And I can right click, move the map around. Up here's my level, score, and gold. By the way, when you first start, you're not going to get as many cards or as often as I do. I'm further along in my adventure, so I have unlocked cards that will allow me to both get those cards more often and mind you, get more of them in my choices. You usually start out, I think it's either 2 or 3 you start out with. All right, so, wow, more, huh? We're going to go with this one. I'm going to do +50% burn. That's useful later, but +50% burn isn't really going to help me near the tower right now, so let's kill them with fire. You're always struggling between things that are going to do you long-term good and things that will get you past the next round. And man, that's a struggle. If you do it right, you do well. If you do it wrong, well, you die. And I'm going to turn up the desktop audio just a little bit so you can hear it a little better. There we go. Okay, we have the mine, which is useful. I mentioned that earlier. We got the mortar tower, napalm, and poison sprayer, which I don't think I'm actually using this in game. I'm gonna go with the mortar. It's a good early tower to have. Another note: many tower defense games, you really want to upgrade your towers because, of course, they have levels and different types of damage. There we go. See, I've just upgraded it. But note that each tower gets more expensive, and in this game, this isn't a general for tower defense, but it is better to get more towers and unlock them because they become very expensive, and you won't be able to buy ones later on as the game goes on. So you really do want to keep a wide spread. You do want to upgrade them, but you want to keep a wide spread. Some other things, by the way, you can adjust the target priorities. You can have up to 3 priorities, which is pretty cool. So you can choose that you want the most armor there to get nailed first by your weapon, or you can. Isn't it nice how I can still do this? You can choose the fastest, slowest, health, shield, everything. So I'm going to do most shield too. Oh, most shield. There we go. Okay. And progress, of course, is the default, so that's the one that's closest to your tower. All right, what else do we got here? Boy, we're not getting a lot in the way of weapons. +1 damage to health. That's good. And let's get away from him. And I'm going to add this. If you see one that's really close, and it's only 3 costs to upgrade to the next level, do that. Or only a couple. Go ahead and do that one. Because it's damage for cheap. If you look, see, it upped all the damage that it does. So why not do it that way? Another note, the higher up on a hill you go, the more damage your tower will do, and the further its range will be. As you can see, +1, +2, +3. And yeah, let's do this one. All right. Expanding. Eventually, you're going to get some choices on where to expand. Be careful. I like to make it so that there's a long trail, and then I try to double back if I can. You don't always have the choice. But the longer of a straight run you can get with a double back, meaning like a giant U-turn, the better off you are. You want U-turns. It gives you more and more time to build towers, and it gives you more of a chance to hit them with your tower. So they'll hit them on the way up and hit them on the way back. It's really useful. Here is a tower I love, the Shredder. Yay, it's a favorite. Okay, so I'm going to put him at the end of this run, and you'll see how he works. But it's great. If you played tower defense, you've probably seen something like the Shredder before, but it's one of my favorite towers of the game. Although the obelisk is great. And they will up. You notice how that one just leveled up on its own. You can, of course, see, enforce it for $1. That made it do a lot more damage. Level 2. This one's level 3. And there's another unlock. Another one of my favorite towers just unlocked. It's going to take a little while before we use this. But you see how I'm stacking up towers? That way as I continue, I've got more to draw from at a lower cost. Good spot for that. Ah, very laid back game. And what do we got? We got the obelisk, which is one of my favorites. However, at this point, I just don't have the mana to support it, so I'm going to hold off on it. I am, however, going to look at bleed them dry, nitric acid. See, two damage to armor is going to be good. Mortars gaining damage to shields is going to be good. We'll do that. A lot of things to consider. Expand. And we've got another house. So I am going to take advantage of that location. This has actually been a pretty decent layout. Sometimes you get a junction like really close to your base. There isn't one close. So they're going to have to go a long way in order to do damage to my tower. And that's really good because it buys me time to better my defenses. And that one I don't need to worry about. Keep going. I'd actually like some more towers. We at level 2. That's good, that's good. Yeah, not seeing anything I really need to modify. I think I'm going to put a shredder up, though. Although, I can probably get a plane pretty soon. They're pretty good for peeling off shields and armor. And since I'm almost there, I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, here's the one I was talking about earlier. The Frost Keep uses a whole lot of mana. So you don't necessarily want to get that one early on. Shredder's gaining 50% bleed. I always like to get bleed. Alright, here we have a split. So, I mean, it's so far down the trail that I really shouldn't be sad about it. Alright, let's put this guy, I think, up here. We're up his shield and armor because he's got decent armor damage that he does. There we go. Look at now I got biplanes, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite things to unlock. I would almost unlock it before the obelisk if you can. These guys are getting wiped out. And because ballistas are so inexpensive, it's best to keep upgrading them as well if you happen to be able to. Although, I haven't done gas shells, so I kind of want to do that. How are we doing for gold? We've got... And don't be afraid to spread these out. There we go. Doing quite well. Yeah, this is going to be a good spot right here for a shredder. So, as soon as I can, we got 451. Yeah, I should be able to make it to 600, so. By the end of this round, almost there, really. There we go. You might even get a free shot at this guy. See, that worked really, really well. Look at his poison. I'm seeing not a lot of damage to shield, so I'm going to up that a little bit. And it does up everything, though. Oh, 50. That's a lot of bleed I would gain. And we'll expand that one out a little bit more. I'm really looking to be able to mine some mana here. I'm really kind of short on that. So far, the mana's okay. Pretty soon I will want to put up another plane. By the end, I'm going to have a fleet of these things. There's going to be planes everywhere. They're really pretty useful. Another thing, if I don't mention it later, to do with planes is make sure you're constantly prioritizing them properly. You might need to reprioritize some of them on high shield targets when you've got some boss battles going on. Well, not really boss battles, but you know what I mean. There's some big monsters coming up. Just going with that. All right. I got a spot for a ballista. Ha. Ha. Right there's 6 points. Right? Yep. Burn those things. They're burning. Blah. Blah. These guys are pretty tough. All's looking good. Alright, so 1250 is where I will get another plane. Where was I? Another radar. I'll put one right. I'll put it right here. What? Oh, I'm 25 away. Come on. And here will be a great place to put this radar. Again, see, now what we have is a layout that I'm going to have a lot of stuff that's able to fire through on. That's really good. Dude. That Uggie's getting tore up. Here's the big guy right here. I don't want the frost keep yet. I just don't have the mana to support it. And sometimes you never get the mana to support it. So there we go. Hardened Blades 2. There's a sorcery upgrade. I'm going to take it because I haven't got the tower yet that will mine these. And bleed damage is good. Again, don't neglect your towers. I mean, I tell you that it's important to buy a bunch of different ones, but don't, you know, make sure you're upgrading these. Oh, look at this mana siphon right here. All right, so this will allow me to do a lot of stuff with mana that I couldn't do before. So I can now afford to build more of these flame towers. And excellent. Well, you know what? I should have one here. All right. So I'm going to keep an eye on the mana and see how fast it's going down. And it doesn't appear to be too bad yet. But once it does start going down under load, I'm going to go ahead and build some more mana siphons. And we'll put this guy here. And I haven't built a lot of mortars, so there's more of those. And I think I'll put a mortar right here. It's doing pretty good. This game's actually going quite well. This should have been a live stream. But 'tis what it is. And another good point for a flamethrower. Yeah, I think that's about it. Gonna need more planes very soon, so I'm gonna probably hold off on some other building to get these planes flying. I can tell already that I'm gonna need more of them. Am I doing bleed right now or poison? We'll find out. when I do that. Alright, these guys are a little harder once you start hitting these cemeteries. As you see, these now have multiple colors to them because it represents the different types of damage they're doing. And we're nailing it here. We are absolutely nailing it. At 15, I will be able to get yet another plane in the air. Almost there. 14. 14, 20, only 75 more. Didn't get it yet. So I could get a frost keep. I might use it, but I've got so much damage I can get out of the existing towers, and I always like to add damage to existing towers if I can. Alright, there we go. We've got 66 gold. It's the devil's gold. And booyah. And we have planes everywhere. Remember, check your strongest stuff. Look at that. That's an easy, low-hanging one to get. Not so easy. Definitely easy. If you get one that's close to getting through, that's a good time to do some tower upgrades. Single digit is always a no-brainer. Nothing. And nothing. Will I be overrun? I seriously doubt it. But I think we're getting to the point where I should start putting down some more shredders. And we'll get another one on this side too. Oh, that's actually a really good one. Kill some, get mana. Again, later on, that's going to be a great one. And I can only go this way. So I'm going to try getting some towers up along here because they'll do double duty. Am I going to do it? I think maybe. It's hard to choose at this point in the game. I'm actually going to go for another radar. So more planes. Because what the heck, I'm pretty close anyway. And nobody ever said I've got too many planes in this game. Notice he's all the way out here. One more damage to health. That's a no-brainer as far as those go. Again, we're strengthening those planes as a group. Put ballista right there. I always like to put ballistas around. They upgrade relatively quickly. They're fairly inexpensive to expand. So you can put a lot of them up. Unlike some of the other towers. Took me a long time to say that. Another thing to watch out for is keep an eye on your towers that are back here. Make sure that they are getting upgraded every so often. You do not want these to be like way behind the other towers, because by the time something breaks through, they're going to be barely doing any damage whatsoever. So you do want to keep upgrading these, even though they're further along. And let's put a shredder in. This area is going to largely be under control, so I need to focus a little bit on this area. Now we got Tesla coils. They use a lot of power. However, they're kind of useful. Yeah, we'll get some. What the heck? I mean, it's a, you know, I'm trying to show the game, so let's show you some different towers. Why not? And this guy can go here. And we're doing good. Again, this is a very reasonable run so far. I'm going to drop a mana siphon. So one thing about mana siphons, they can be placed several around a block. However, I've found that the mines cannot. So you can only have one mine per vein. The other one just won't count, as far as I've seen. And the other one, however, you can stack. So you see how far they're getting? That should be worrisome. I just want a couple little pick-off items. This sucker is a level 11. It'll be doing well. Shield damage is now up. This guy is bleeding. You can see the effects on him. Darn it, he died. He died too. He died. Bleeding and fire right now, though. And there's also a little one for poison. And what do we got? Killed him with fire. Hardened blades. And we're going to do burn per second. We're going to increase it. That'll work. Look at this circle. This is awesome. It's like absolutely perfect. This is a circle of death right here. I can put planes in the middle of it. I can just like drop all sorts of crap in here and really tear them up. It's really a good spot. And especially down here is too, because I'm hitting them both from here. And I'll be able to hit them when they're coming down this row too. Decent placement. Come on, something's got to die. There we go. So, and there's another plane. Now the next big boss style monster coming up is is going to be a lot tougher than the one before him. He'll have a lot of shields. Here's another thing to note. If you look at the monsters... Wait. +2, or do I do a poison? Alright. Going back. Notice how these are in 3 different colors? They match the bars that are on the monster. So if you're having a hard time defeating a certain type of monster, look at this. They go. So you know, if they got a lot of the gray, you could say, oh, I need to do more shield damage. And it's a big multiplier. So so if I choose armor here, look at, that's a big jump up in how much damage I'm doing. So it does matter. And then we'll test poison. I think what we'll do. Zoom out here. Wow. We can do it. Wonder if I should just put a poison spray right here. That'd be kind of cool. I hope it's not using massive mana. It's not. Now we're going to pop up some ballistas around because I don't really have enough of them. Especially along here. There. And I don't have enough to add anything more. Actually, I didn't add the last one, did I? Looking good. Not a lot of choices here as far as where can expand. Most games, you actually do have multiple fronts where you can expand, and it does make it a little bit harder. Right now, got it pretty easy. Getting lots of upgrades. Shields are really hard to get damage on, I've noticed. On many items, except for the planes, of course. They're beasts. $22.50 for my next radar, and I'm definitely gonna go for another one. Because I know what's coming. $22.50. Come on. Come on. Had remarkably few issues this round. I've had a fairly easy go of it, and it's like that. Sometimes a round is easier than others. It's nice though because I can sit and talk while I'm doing it, so I'm not reduced to just responding all the time. +2 damage to armor, that's a great idea, but I want another damage to armor. There we go. Did I say but? I want armor damage, but I want more damage to armor. That's good. Making a lot of sense there. And, probably about due for another shredder, I would say. Right there. Oh, right there. Okay. This is it's a very lucky run. At level 25. Didn't I say I was going to buy another, did I buy another tower? Did I buy another air tower? Cannot remember. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. These bats over here, they really suck early on. Once you get flamethrowers to deal with them, though, they're a lot easier. These guys are another one that give you a lot of trouble early on, just because of their heavy reliance on shields. And generally speaking, the early part, you don't have a lot that's doing a lot of damage to shields. There. Ooh. Look at it. I defeated, when I said that other one was harder, he mustn't have been that much harder, because I killed him and got his treasure without even noticing. Oh, goodness. That's ridiculous. Alright, ballistas now. 3 damage to armor. This is good. More damage from, I'm going to get some from here, too. Alright. There we go. Continuing. And, again, super lucky round here because, just a lot of useful drops I got, and this. Man, my mana's just kicking it on the mana. I think I'm going to put another tower here for this. There are some towers that aren't that amazing when you first get them, like the Tesla, but you can step them up a little bit, and they start doing significant damage. Ballistas. Man, I see 7, 14. Nope. Not much getting through this now. Oh, look at up at the top. I'm running out of mana. So, to deal with that, I am going to have to use mana siphons. So, we'll put some more up. Probably a lot more. Okay, so I'm going to show you this just because it's kind of a hilarious weapon. It's useful on large enemies, and sometimes stuff, I guess, that needs a lot of shield reduction. This tends to do a fairly good job on that. We'll put it over here on the end, or maybe further in. Tends to be a weapon of last resort, but it's really not that bad. Expanding. Alright, this is another useful thing that you discover further on in the game. This is a super tall tower. This is like a I think it's a 5. Well, I can find out. Wait, let's get the obelisk on it. Okay, so a +4 tower, so now I got an obelisk on it. And it does pretty decent damage once it starts upgrading. Yeah, nothing there. It's looking good. I'm angrily looking at what I have available here. I could probably put another Tesla coil up, but since I'm having kind of a mana shortage, I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. At this point, I don't have a mine or capability of building a mine, so I'm probably going to take any upgrades to my tower that I might get. And here we go, you can see it's gathering 1 mana per second. What do we got? I have a number of these. So we're going to go with that. And again, as these level up, they become monsters. I mean, they just have a lot of damage they get. Never underestimate the ballista. The lowly ballista. It's like a barista. Except he doesn't bring me fancy coffee. He brings me death. Not sure which I appreciate more, honestly. And the mana situation is still dire. It doesn't appear that they're stopping their fire, but the better off we are with this, the better off we are in the game. There we go. Another tower time, I think. Nice thing about these radar towers is that they don't cost you mana, so they do a lot of damage. And unlike most things that cause a lot of damage, don't need mana. They operate on their own. Up, mine. There we go. And now I will start building some mines. If I can find something to mine. There we go. Okay, so do I have enough? Yes. Okay, so let's do a first mine here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right. You can see this mine. Wait. Currently mining. Now let's see what happens if I put a second mine down. Oh, wait, it is currently mining. I can put 2. I totally lied about that. That's weird because I've had it not do it. It must have been a fluke. The one time I checked it was a fluke. Oh, that's a big deal. That is a big deal because if you look, see, my tower's got 2 more points. If I can build 3, that means I can do at least a couple per mine. Huh. Let's see what happens if I do that one. Currently mining. Oh, be darned. I was wrong about that. That's awesome. That is the best thing to find out you're wrong about. Well, I'm sure there's other things that you could be wrong about that would be better. But you get what I'm saying. You get the point. And this is going really well. Let's see, mana siphons. And I got another spot for a shredder. And there's another spot for a shredder I see right here. Oh, don't have the money yet. Looking good. All right, at this point we'll probably do another 3 rounds. Cuz I've established a foothold. If just in case you if you don't know anything about this kind of game, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. But obviously, if the creeps get past here, they cause hit point damage to your tower. Most of them cause 1. Some of the larger ones cause more. But if you lose all your hit points, you are, of course, absolutely dead. I actually have a really good setup right now, so so it's possible that I might not take much damage here. Another one? You know it. More planes are better. Never is it, oh darn, I bought more planes. Just saying. Another thing I was gonna put, let's see, over here. It's kind of funny because I've unlocked a lot of stuff that gives you advantages at the beginning of the game. It's a much harder game when you first start it than as you go on. Gotta watch it with this one. They drop gold, but they gain speed. I never, ever, 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 ever want them to gain speed. And look at that. I can gain some damage to shields. I'm going to do that. And keep going. Another stand. What should I put on there? I wonder if a Tesla coil will work here. Let's see. It will. Looking good. How's this guy doing? Let's get him up. Level 11 should do it. And now we're getting some serious waves of baddies coming in. More of these. Yeah, it's looking good. I am somewhat amazed that this round is going so easily. Because usually, most games you start out in a really resource tough situation. I just got lucky with the layout here. They weren't able to hit me early. Let's see what else. There is the landmines. So let's select the landmines and we can lay some of those. And a corner is always a wonderful place to start laying landmines. So there we go. I now have landmines. There we go. Okay, it's pretty good. And in a minute, he's going to start laying those mines, and we'll come back to him. There it goes. There's a mine. See it? It's hidden behind the dang thing. I think we got a big one over here. No. Just a regular one. And the next round will be the last round. I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Here, this one right here. Does this get like a +3? No. I was hoping for height it would gain more plasma. Another mine. Tower went up to 18. Oh, but okay, so it doesn't go up. See, this one didn't work. Oh no, this is a mana siphon. I'm an idiot. There we go. Let's try a mine. Currently mining. Huh. I'm a big liar. Another note on the mana shrines, ones that use mana. I shouldn't call it mana shrine. These mana weapons. These mana weapons, because they use mana, you want to strengthen them probably first before some of the other ones, because this is costing you mana. I mean, I realize the other ones cost you money, but this continually costs you mana. All right. Increase maximum bleed, burn, and poison by 40. That's awesome. All right, here we go. I don't think they're going to be able to touch us, to be honest. This is a pretty decent setup at this point. Famous last words in tower defense. It's one of the many famous last words you can get from tower defense games. Yeah, I'll upgrade next round. He's not firing. What gives? Come on, let's demolish that one. And we will restart with another one. Why do I not see it? Oh, here it is. We'll put the shredder here so you can see a little bit better. Another radar? Yes, please. Another mine. Another mine. Can't believe that works. I'm an idiot. Yeah, they launched these missiles, and the first few rounds after I got there, got to this point, I died rather quickly, but They don't seem to be able to hold me as well as they were. I'll get a couple more of these around. Good, looks good. Oh, they're getting further. All right, so this is something I warned about. So a lot of these towers here are pretty weak. Next to current standards, so once an enemy breaks through these towers, they basically have an easy run. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make things a little bit more miserable for them if they get through. And I know I said this was going to be the last one, but I think we'll go one more. I don't have 3,500. An obelisk is always nice for the last line of defense. Let's hit it. And here we go. So 22, and then let's mine again. 23. That bothers me because I'm almost sure I've checked that before. Huh. Look at those planes like just going after him. That's amazing. Amazing. They do so much damage. And it's funny because at the beginning of the game, like the beginning of the game, the first round you play, all you really got is ballistas. I mean, you don't get other stuff till you unlock it. So these weapons that you get later really are quite powerful, although not all of them, at least not for my playstyle, work very well. That said, I know there's other people who swear by some of the other towers, like gas towers, which I just, the poison towers, which I just basically don't even use. So pretty crazy. And see how they're starting to get through now? Honestly, I'm amazed that they're getting as far as they are, considering the layout of this particular level. We do an encampment here. Taking any damage? No. It is getting close though. Oh, they're almost making it through. Oh, I don't think you're gonna make it, buddy. Oh, he fired a missile. He did get a hit in. See that? Insane. And we'll we'll skip that fortification. We'll slow this, and there we go. I think we will we'll call it at this point. Although, you know what? Hold on. I think we will go a little bit further in this because we're getting to the point where we might hit level, I think 45 is the end of it. So maybe we'll do the next 10. I'm gonna lie to you, and We're just going to keep going. It's possible that I could die. We might see the end of this too, because I am starting to take damage. That's another possibility. Notice how my tower got repaired, by the way? That is a function of those mines that I built. So the more of those mines, the better recovery I have. And if in the last 50 games or so that I freaking played, I would have known I could just lay down 3 mines and do 3 damage repair. Well, not do 3 damage, but have a chance of damage repair every round. It gives you like a 10%, I think, isn't it? Yeah, 10% chance of a repair at the end of the round. I definitely would have done it. Let's go with more radar. Look at all these just laying all over the place. And look at the range on that. So the next thing we're going to do is start building up the end here, because the end is about to become a much busier place. And I always like to add these. Well, I've already added some, but alright, let's add these. And a good mix of everything is really a great idea. Because you never know what's going to end up breaking through just through dumb luck. These little missiles. I really got to work on making sure those don't make it through. I'm curious. I wonder if those fly over mines. Oh, here it is, the Robo Oogie. He's a nasty one. But I think I'm going to take him out. I think... yeah, I think my towers are taking him out. There we go. All shredders gain 15% critical chance. Heck yes. Sharpened blades. There we go, next round. Another spot to put a nice hefty tower on. I'll put one of these up. I really want doing a lot of damage. There's a pretty fair chance of me winning, I think. Yeah, it looks pretty possible here at this point. Although the stuff is about to get super nasty. Fear not, my brother. I like the little commentary that they do here. That's also another nice little touch. Upgrade. And this is a good time to watch for those low-hanging upgrades. Because every little bit is going to matter in the end game. What the heck? Amazing. These are pretty low level. And again, we're starting to get to the point where they're breaking through. This might be it. This might be the end. These planes do not get them. Oh, shoot. This might be it. The tower is now taking significant damage. There we go. Damn. That's Rogue, sorry. Try not to swear during these. Okay, so remember when I mentioned the frost tower earlier? Well, guess what? I am now going to select it as a tower. I need to slow them down in the mid-game to try to stop them from reaching my tower, because I got a lot of damage to the tower in this last round. It's gonna be rough. All right, let's keep going, I guess. See, I played a little sloppy because I did so well in the middle, and I was thinking, well, I'm not gonna play past roughly level 30, but now, now I'm thinking I could win it, and I've really kind of screwed things up here. So we're gonna hit hard on the armor. We just need to slow these guys down. They don't slow. Okay. Son of a gun. We need more planes. Definitely need more planes. I can maybe get the planes to do more damage. By the way, did you notice how they were missing them? So they were at a bad angle. There's a free one. What's kind of sad about it is, man, it didn't do a whole lot of repair on my tower this last round, even though I have a lot. It's kind of sucky. Another plane. Get him in the air. And we'll upgrade them so they do more damage. Clearly. And now we're going to reprioritize some of these. Since this one, let's see, what does this one do? Actually, I'm going to do most health on that one. It's if I can make it past this level, I can get a repair done. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to get some more repairs, because cripes. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to let them gain speed, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I guess we'll do concussives. Alright. Fine. We'll up this damage. Let's go for it. I'm just not getting... my mines just aren't doing their job here. So I'm going to try and just boost stuff a little bit. I got to do something. Because they're definitely... they're not repairing enough between rounds. There's another one, so... Got a little bit more money. Let's just keep going with it. There we go. And hope, right? This is ridiculous. Look at this. They're everywhere. Look at the madness going on here. Absolute madness. I hate to say that, but my big solution to most things is just more planes. You know? And if I can get 4,000 gold, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy another fleet of them. Up that, up that. We're gonna strengthen everything that's going down the last part of the line. Although, to be honest, I should be strengthening everywhere at this point because they're just... You gotta try and pick off more before they can even make it to the end. These guys are barely doing anything. What's up with that? Some more range, maybe? And the mana situation's getting pretty bad. This is the first time I've ever actually tried to build up my fort to save myself. Kind of hilarious. This is it. This is gonna be the end. Yep, I just don't have the oomph to do it. There we go. That is the end of the game. Man. Got 703 XP, so that's not too bad. So I was editing this video and realized that I had not made an ending for it. So here it is. Lucky you. Thus ends my video on Rogue Tower, which is only a little bit rogue, but it's a whole lot tower, so no false advertising. This one's by Die of Death Games. It's actually pretty good. Graphically, I like it. I think it's clean looking. I just like this kind of presentation. It looks like a bunch of little toys on a board. You know what I mean? It's just it looks fun to play, and it is. It has a lot of diversity in the weapon types, or sorry, tower types. Has a lot of diversity as far as what kind of enemies come at you. The difficulty curve, it is all over the board. And it is largely because a lot of the difficulty depends on how the board lays out as you go about expanding your realm, I guess is the way to put it. You have some control, but not all the control over it. If you can make a really straight run, it seems to be a little bit easier, and then double it back so it makes a big snake. That seems to work really well. The only thing I would probably criticize on it... I guess if I say probably criticize, I'm definitely criticizing it, right? The only thing I would criticize on it is the difficulty can ramp up dramatically between waves and not give you enough time to adjust to it. So it might need a little bit of work on how they bring the waves forward. There should be some kind of warning that you're not really strong enough to face the next wave. That gives you time to either sell towers and rejigger things, or at least get a plan on how you're going to deal with it. You can see it right at the end of this one because I was pretty sure I was going to make it to level 45 and just didn't because the difficulty went because I just didn't have the right kind of towers because I hadn't faced the same kind of enemies. Anyway, that said, I mean, I heartily recommend it. It is a great tower defense game. If you like these kind of games, you're going to like Rogue Tower. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.